Aloha. This is a color commentary on a game I had in the Large Pulse Vomit Ebonjag. Um, it's recorded from my stream, but my stream has music, so it's muted, and I'll just be dubbing over it. I'm just going to be walking through some of the decisions, stuff that I made during this game. I like that mech. That's a cool mech. Nice little smiley face, penis. Whatever. Alright, so initially, I wanted to rush the airport side, right next to Gamma, Fox 7, Echo 7 line, and try to get some high ground, figure out where everybody is, what's going on. I'm not very familiar with this portion of the map. I don't think anybody is, so got a little bit tied up. They have this giant mountain here that is kind of obnoxious. I don't really know what the point of it is other than maybe like faction play, but this map shouldn't be designed around faction play. Either way, make it to the airport. Salt Lance spawned mostly middle and airport side of the map, which is good for a NASCAR. Your slowest mechs on the right means that your entire team is going to reach the right side of the Citadel at roughly the same time. Now that I'm here, I can see that the other team has yet to cross, which is very good for us because it means that the NASCAR is going to be a little bit late and we can use the extended range of the new pulse laser changes to get a little bit of damage out before we ever even need to get shot at. Most of these people probably didn't bring the correct mechs for the ranges we're currently fighting at, so yeah, for instance, like, well, I mean, that's long range slash whatever, but that guy's not having any of it. This guy has pulse lasers as well, but still, we outtrade him at this range. Also, he missed pretty badly, so just want to shoot people as they cross. Ticket advantage is very even now. We're about 7 tickets behind. So not a huge deal, nothing we need to worry about. My team is mostly behind Citadel, which is good. Means the NASCAR is going to be a little bit delayed. It will eventually happen because it always happens. We get a pick at 3 minutes in, which is huge. I think that's because the other team took so long to get through Gulf 6 that the mechs that we had behind the Citadel were able to take somebody out. We pick up Theta as well, so now we have cap lead and we get another pick. At this point, I'm pushing up to try to join the NASCAR, but with a 2 mech advantage, can probably get away with just holding this corner on the backside of the Citadel. And I see there's a couple mechs here. I do a really scuffed play where I don't shoot at anything. I should be shooting here, but I wanted to drop a strike. And then I just decide to walk out in the open, and nobody punishes me for it, so that was a dumb play. I should have not done that. Should have held the corner a little bit more, but now that I'm behind this building, I can kind of make stuff work. I accidentally dropped there. That was not intentional, but I did get a nice burn to open up that Highlander. This is European servers, so laser burns are going to be a little bit dirty, even if I hold them accurately. The Marauder is pushed around, but luckily the Marauder is halved. The Orion was also nicely opened up, so my team is definitely putting in work here. 5-4, it's a very even match, so if I can get 2 or 3 picks here on this the corner, I'm in a very good spot to do so. There's another one. We could definitely secure this match. We've picked up Kappa as well during this time, or not Kappa, Epsilon. It looks like a medium mech ran over there and did that. So we have a huge cap lead. My goal right now is to just prevent them from NASCARing further than they are and punish the peak. Or punish them coming around the backside of the Citadel. That was a bad peak there. I really wanted to utilize my cool shot that I just popped. I peeked to shoot the Mad Cat here, but couldn't see him, so I managed to take out the Highlander instead. I have no idea what this catapult's doing, but that's a nice free shot. Anyway, I'm just kind of staying behind this rock, holding their pusher on the backside. It's 8-8 right now. I decide that I need to take this Marauder out of the game, and I do it very carelessly. He ended up being a little bit better of a shot than I thought he would be, and he opens up my CT. There's also a black liner with him, but I failed to realize that. My teammate was able to take him out, though. And then I'm looking for the black liner. I thought I'd be behind him here, and we kind of spook each other. And he decides not to shoot back, which is probably a good thing for him, because there's a good chance I take off his side torso. But then he just completely forgets that I exist, and I mess up waiting too long to take the shot because of acceleration. I felt like that was a cleaner burn than it was, but I'm gonna have to blame that one on European servers. I get his arm anyway. The catapult was hiding. My Timberwolf's able to take the catapult out that we weakened earlier. He was one touch in the side torso. And it's just the black liner left while Sigma's being capped by our teammate. Our teammate's very low HP, so I know that I need to play safe here, because if this black liner kills me, there's a good chance we lose. But all his weapons are in one side, so we take him out, and that's the game. I was pretty impressed with the damage of this match. This was a very close match. Matches definitely do not usually end up like this. Matches in this day and age usually end up after like 4 minutes, and it's usually like a massive stomp on one side. So I was happy to see a match that could go out a little bit longer, and I was able to squeeze in a lot of damage. Alrighty, so here's the mech that I was deciding to test some of the large pulse changes in. It's not, arguably not as good as the Hellbringer. It is slightly more heat efficient. It has a bigger alpha, but with the two arms spread the way they are, you don't usually get your entire alpha arc. You usually just get either, you can usually always get your torso lasers off, and then depending on which side you're peeking on, you'll lose the arms. But it worked okay. I probably ran about 30 matches in it, and that was the best match. I'm not super impressed with Pulse Laser performance. They definitely got a massive buff. The range buff is very good. I really like the range buff. It makes them way more viable in like things like competitive play and faction play. And the heat dissipation, it really is insane. They put out a lot of DPS. But it just feels like to me that there's no situation in which I'm glad that I have pulse lasers over auto cannons or like MRMs. Like maybe fighting light mechs, but even then, it's I don't know. This build does not fight light mechs very well, especially on high ping. I just feel like for the weight class, sure, but I can't justify it over PPCs. I guess if you're not comfortable with aiming PPCs, pulse lasers are definitely a good alternative. They're not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think they're as good as PPCs or ultra auto cannons. Their DPS isn't as good as ultra auto cannons, and the pinpoint is really hard to do. Or not, it's not hard, but the range on PPCs is better. So, also PPCs at close range, you don't have to face for as long, so you can turn off faster. It's just, it feels better than it did, but I think it still struggles with the problem of just being large pulse lasers in general. I kind of wanted it to go back to being like the old Hellbringer meta build. That's what I was expecting. The heavy large laser one. But this build always just felt like it hit really hard. And the large pulse laser build, I don't feel that. It's definitely cools down a lot faster. But like the more trades you take, the more return fire you're gonna take, and it's just, I don't know. It doesn't feel as good, even though I think the alphas are pretty similar. It's 58 versus 62. So the alphas are only 3.5 points of damage off, but pre-laser nerf, this build just felt like it. I don't know. I wanted the large pulse laser change to bring back that style of play. The peek out, just slap somebody and then wait. And what it's created is this weird laser DPS build where you can just pump out damage, but it doesn't feel like you're hitting as hard. And it's tough to get those high damage matches if you want to keep your match score up. And I don't feel like there's ever a situation. I think that's what it comes down to. I don't feel like there's ever a situation where I'm going to be running the Eben Jag and be like, wow, I'm really glad I brought this rather than a Nightjar with UX or even the IS, like the Grasshopper build. I don't have it built currently, but the Vomit on the top dog is very similar. Like this build, it feels like it hits hard. It feels like it hits harder than the large pulse laser build to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but so far that's my opinion. I'm happy with the change, but I don't know. I'm just not used to the game with the rest of the changes. I feel like it's gonna be top tier. I think autocannons are always gonna be better until we see some significant changes to UX or the heat in general. Yeah, overall it plays well, but I don't think it's gonna be the best of the best by any means. I can try running it again on the Hellbringer to see if I like that, but I think those are my overall thoughts.